Deep in the ancient desert, a fragile kingdom trembled in the terrifying shadow of a massive and entirely unstoppable army. Balak, the terrified king of Moab, watched from his high palace as the Israelites covered the face of the earth like a devouring plague. Desperate to save his kingdom from total destruction, the king sent emissaries carrying fortunes in gold to a notorious diviner living near the great river. The king demanded that this powerful sorcerer, a man whose blessings and curses carried absolute certainty, come and lay a devastating curse upon the approaching Israelites. But the God of heaven descended into the quiet of the night and strictly commanded the prophet not to curse the people because they were eternally blessed. Obeying the divine warning, the prophet refused the lucrative offer and sent the disappointed royal messengers back to their desperate king, empty-handed. The relentless king of Moab refused to accept defeat and dispatched an even grander delegation of noblemen carrying unimaginable wealth to tempt the prophet's greedy heart. Blinded by the glittering gold and the promise of ultimate earthly power, the diviner begged the Almighty for permission to travel with the wealthy dignitaries. The Lord permitted him to take the journey, but issued a stern warning that the prophet must only speak the exact words given to him from heaven. As the morning sun crested the jagged horizon, the prophet saddled his faithful donkey and rode out toward the kingdom of Moab with terrible intentions simmering in his chest. Although God had allowed the journey, divine fury ignited against the prophet because his heart was deeply corrupted by the intoxicating allure of royal treasure. A terrifying entity, known as the Angel of the Lord, descended from the heavens and planted himself directly in the middle of the dusty road as a deadly adversary. A blazing sword of pure celestial fire was gripped tightly in the right hand of the towering, magnificent angel, waiting to execute sudden and absolute justice. The prophet remained completely blind to the lethal supernatural danger looming just ahead of him on the narrow desert highway. However, the lowly beast of burden possessed a clarity of vision that her spiritually blind master entirely lacked on that fateful morning. The faithful donkey saw the terrifying angelic warrior standing in the road with the blazing sword and immediately bolted completely off the path into a nearby field. Enraged by this sudden act of unexpected rebellion, the frustrated prophet savagely beat the innocent animal with his heavy wooden staff to force her back onto the road. The relentless traveler continued his treacherous journey until the path narrowed significantly between two towering stone walls bordering an ancient and sprawling vineyard. The intimidating angel of the Lord suddenly materialized directly in the center of this tight corridor to block the wicked